Hi students, welcome to week 2 of Drawing 1. In our last video and in week 1, we just sort of got oriented in terms of our basic tools, pencils and paper, learned some of the basics about pencil sharpening and tool preparation and the gradient of the pencil scale. And starting here in week 2, we're really going to start doing a deep dive into the essentials of what exactly it is that makes a really great drawing. We're going to take the process of drawing apart, look at it piece by piece, and then start putting it all together. And for the next couple of months, we're going to be talking about the most essential element of a great drawing, which is line. There's this saying that everybody knows what a chair is, except for a furniture designer. Furniture designers haven't still quite figured out what a chair is, and so hundreds and thousands of furniture designers are still discovering new things that can be called a chair. For us as artists, everybody knows what a line is. A line is this straight thing that connects 2 points. But as artists, we know that line can have a lot of different lives simultaneously. Line can have grace to it. Line can have velocity. Line can have personality. A Picasso line isn't quite the same as a Matisse line, and so on and so forth. So line can also represent a position in space, like this line is close to us, but this line is reaching deep into space and then coming back at us. So line can have personality, it can have emotion, it can have position in space, it can describe the outline of something, certainly. And again, it can have a personality individual to a particular artist and no one else on earth. So all of these attributes of line are ours to use to make really interesting drawings. Here, for example, line is a tool for making a blueprint that's going to give me a very, very accurate head start when I paint this ray gun. And in this case, line is just a very, very functional understructure for what will become a whole exercise in symphony and color and shadow, etc. And so here, line just has a very, very specific use, although in the painting, there will be aspects of line. And so, like I said, this is going to be your first real assignment and your first real deep dive into the deep game of drawing. I mentioned that line can have emotion, and that's very, very true. I'm going to show you a number of different drawings that have very specific emotions attached to them. But your assignment due next week is to think of half a dozen emotions or states of mind, like, anxiety. There's a lot of that around. Peacefulness. Energy. What is your idea of energy? Impatience. Come up with your own ideas, your half dozen emotional palette colors. And then what I want you to do, and this is really important, is to attack an entire page with lines that describe energy. So I'm not an abstract expressionist, but I'm going to show you some abstract expressionist paintings that are just full blast outbursts of emotion, and also some realist drawings that are, again, just these beautiful containers for this measured emotion. So here's your assignment. You have to come up with half a dozen emotional states or emotions or mental states and then draw them. But I want you to really attack the page. I want you to work on the full page. There is no way of doing this wrong because your emotions are as good and as valid as anybody else's. And so the drawings that come from them can only be right. There will be no criticism. But I want you to get, first of all, I want you to get used to just really bursting onto the page, having no apprehension, no fear, no lack of confidence, and just get used to bursting onto this full page. So don't hold back. That is your assignment for next week. Here are 4 drawings that I think really perfectly illustrate the relationship between line quality and the emotions that the artists are trying to deliver. This is Francisco Goya's Disasters of War, Pablo Picasso's Guernica, which has become the international symbol for genocide. In contrast, here is Henri Matisse's Dance of Life, study for a series of paintings, including one very, very large painting. Absolutely beautiful expression of joy. And a portrait of Guillaume Lethière by one of my favorite artists of all time, Jean-Auguste Dominique Ang. And this portrait is all about grace and nobility. I'm giving you another ongoing assignment. So this is going to go on all semester. I want you to start collecting really cool things to draw, either objects from your home, found objects, things from a junk shop, things that have meaning to you. And they will be the library that you will reference to when you do drawings, either still life drawings or studies. I started a drawing last year that I knew would involve feathers, and luckily we have a friend who is a naturalist. He lent me his entire collection of rare feathers. This happens to be the feather of a bird called a sun bittern. And they just go on and on forever. I mean, you could just download pictures from the web, but this was an absolute treasury of feathers, and they really, really helped out for the drawing that I was doing. Actually, I used this one an awful lot. And here is the finished drawing along with the detail. The drawing is called The Bridget Hammer. I also have a whole collection of ray guns, which I think are really cool and probably carry a lot of memories from my childhood. And also I bought an entire collection of blow torches on eBay because I think they're really cool. They're really cool objects. And I'm just starting on a series of paintings from these blow torches. In terms of great stuff to draw, we're going to be spending a lot of time on nature drawing. I just went outside in the space of about 2 minutes, came up with a fantastic collection of just dead leaves, and it's a really good time of the year to start finding these. So just like a line isn't just a line to us, a leaf isn't just a leaf. There is a tremendous amount of detail in here to draw. There is shape, there's sculpture, there's line, there's form, there's contour. This could keep you busy for a month. Just doing a drawing, rotate it, do another drawing, rotate it, do another drawing, so on and so forth. And in our nature studies, we're going to start with things as simple, or what used to be simple, as this. And as artists, we're going to see that a tree isn't just a tree anymore. When you start opening your eyes up, a tree is a collection of 50,000 optical natural miracles that all deserve to be studied. And we're probably going to progress just from single leaves, just from single natural objects like this. Wow, there's so much going on there. And we're going to slowly evolve to doing more complex things as we start to talk about composition.